Yo, what's up, guys? Senzu MMA here. Um, so, boys, I'm gonna be talking about Carlos Prates versus JDM, the fight, the main event fight. Go over some other stuff, but I'm really interested in this fight. Sorry, I'm just have that fight against Islam. I love JDM. I fucking love JDM. Not as much like bedtime, but I love JDM. Sick fighter, right? And seeing him lose to Islam like that was horrible, dude. I think I like cried after that fight. It was horrible. But Carlos Prates is not Islam Makhachev. All right. I think that I've heard people talking about Carlos Prates. Oh, look at his power. He's got this crazy power, dude. Will knock JDM. People saying he's knock JDM out in round two. JDM has a crazy ass chin. He has taken a beating. He's been through wars. I think Prates could chin him, but I think JDM is the more technical striker, and I'll bring up some reasons why. First of all, I think that JDM is going to go for a safer approach in this match. I don't think he's going to brawl. I don't think he's going to go out there and try to like get into the pocket or try to really do any of that stuff because he knows like Prates has a KO threat. Now, Prates' last two KOs have been against Jeff Neal and Dan Edwards. And Dan Edwards always had somewhat of a suspect chin, and same with Jeff Neal, but they were great knockouts. That being said, I don't think he'll knock Jack out. I think he has power. I've heard people say he's the most powerful puncher in the UFC. I don't think he's the most powerful. I think you could argue, you could say a pound for pound. I'd say you could say Pereira is more powerful. I would say that Ilya is definitely more powerful. He's just a better striker. Ilya's just a better striker, or at least boxer overall. And I think speaking of boxing, I think that's where Jack's strength is going to come in. I think Carlos Prates, I think it'll be harder for him to hit Jack flush on the chin. And I think Jack can take some of the shots. I think he could get chin, but I think he could take those shots. He's not chinny. He won't fall. He won't crumble. He can take some punishment. In the fight against Islam, I just got dominated against Islam, but that doesn't really say much for this fight. Islam is an elite grappler, and he beat Prates too. Again, I believe the only ones that could beat Islam is the only one pretty much is Ilya. Is Ilya and maybe Ian Gary, but probably not. I think you need like a short, stocky guy who's a good grappling and has knockout power. But anyways, enough talking about my GOAT. I think JDM wins the decision. I believe he wins 49-46 by decision. I think this is gonna be like a y'all must have forgot performance from JDM, and I think it's gonna be not dominant, but I think he's just gonna school Prates on the feet and just make him miss. And I think after this fight, if Prates wins, I think he's going to get a title shot. He'll be in that title contention. I think if Jack wins this fight, if Ian Gary somehow beats Islam, then he'd fight Ian Gary for the title. Or he could fight Morales after this. He's got a lot of options if he beats Prates. But I think which is most likely is that the welterweight division is going to get held up because Ilya's probably going to slam out Gaethje. Islam's probably going to beat Ian Gary, and then they're going to fight, and that'll hold up the division, and Ilya wins, he's not going to defend, so I think that's what could happen next, but overall, I'm picking Jack by 49-46 decision, and I think this fight is not, I think Jack being an underdog is ridiculous, like, put some respect on this fucking guy's name, and after he wins this, his hype will be back better than ever, and I swear to God, he'll be a fucking champ again after Islam's gone and after all the, that Islam fight was horrible. I want to see him win and get that bad taste out of my mouth because that was traumatizing. All right, Neil Darius versus Quinn Salkeld. Salkeld won. I don't really know what else to say. I'll probably only be up for like these three fights. Yeah, obviously maybe I'll be up for my GOAT Shamil, but. Yeah, 4 a.m., dude. Jesus Christ. But as a true UFC fan, I'll do it. We have, I think, but Neil Darius is so fucking chinny. He's out of his prime. He's chinny as fuck. I know Quillen Salkill isn't the greatest striker. I know a lot of the hype kind of comes from his knockout over Nasrat Hakbrast, but I think he's a good striker. And he's certainly a better striker than BSD, technically at least. Like a better technical striker than BSD, who knocked out Benil Dariush in 16 seconds. His chin is just gone, man. I don't know. He got dropped by Moicano. I mean, his chin is gone. I mean, he'll just he'll just get chinned. That's it, you know. That's it. He'll just get chinned, and he should probably retire. He's a great guy, but yeah, he's gonna get chinned by Quillen Salkill, and I think Quillen also has great grappling too. So I don't think he's better grappling than Neil, but I think he's got some good grappling. So I think I'll be fine there. All right, Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. I'm picking Steve Erceg by decision. I'm not. I mean, Tim Elliott is. Steve Erceg went to a war with, what was his name, Oz something. I remember seeing it was like Oz something. I don't know. I forgot the guy's name. Tim Elliott, his last win was against Kai Asakura by submission, but I think Steve Erceg, he's just had better performances recently. Tim Elliott came off of a huge layoff, and Kai Asakura is still, you know how that win is gonna age. So I'm picking Steve Erceg. I have no idea who these fucking guys are. I'm picking Shamil Gaziev because I like him more. I mean, he's obviously gonna win. I mean, you don't have to beat around the bush there. And yeah, okay, I'm not gonna cover these fights because I'm not gonna be up for them. So I don't know. But yeah, I think those are my predictions for JDM versus Carlos Prates. Also, what the fuck is this tight listing? I thought JDM was 5'11", bro. Is he wearing? I don't know. Well, whatever. I just think that when it comes to, I think JDM is the more technical striker, and I think he'll just be better than Carlos Prates on the feet, and he can mix in grappling. I know it's kind of weird to say that, and I want to refrain from saying it, considering that his last foray in grappling didn't go too well, but Carlos Prates is like no wrestling, no grappling. I mean, he got backpacked by Leon Edwards or whatever. So I think, Jack can use his grappling, but I would just have him use his striking, hopefully. Yeah, that's my video. Sorry, this was a little slapdash I haven't been covering. I mean, there isn't as much to cover. So, yeah. Have a good night, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And, yeah, hopefully JDM gets the win.